On Monday, the stock market opened up with another Trump-inspired wipeout. The S&P 500 briefly entered the bear market territory as it fell 20% from its most recent high. The NASDAQ, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, opened down 4.5 and 3.78% respectively. Now, there was a bit of a short upswing based on some fake news, okay, that Trump was going to pause the tariffs for like 90 days. Of course, the White House came out and said, actually, no, that's not happening. And of course, the stocks cratered once again. Oops. Especially since Trump threatened even more tariffs against China for doing retaliation. So for putting in their own retaliatory tariffs. Now, while the markets slightly recovered from their early Monday plunge, the S&P 500 is down 12% from a month ago, while the NASDAQ is down 14 and the Dow Jones down 11%. A lot of people are calling this Orange Monday, okay? Because, look, Black Monday, not really, because we got rid of DEI. So, it's Orange Monday. Completely and utterly self-inflicted disaster. And there are some memes here. Just a couple of them. There you go. That picture JD Vance with a giant head and curly locks. Gotta apply that Cheeto dust evenly for a nice Cheeto-y orange shine or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that. But there's another one. It can't be Black Monday because Trump banned DEI, so it must be an Orange Monday instead. That's right. Ouch. Ouch. And there's more posts, of course. One person says, at least we now have a name for this market crash. This Monday, orange is the new black. When Donald Trump intentionally crashes the stock market, you don't call it Black Monday, you call it Orange Monday. So, now, that said, this stock market wipeout is pissing off his billionaire friends. Okay? You know why? Because they're losing money. Ken Langone, for example, a Trump mega donor, called the tariffs BS. Jamie Dimon warned of inflation and recession. In fact, he said, the recent tariffs will likely increase inflation and are causing many to consider a greater probability of a recession. And even with the recent decline in market values, prices remain relatively high. Yes, there has been no, reduction in grocery prices. Okay, none. Now, look, here's the thing. I'm not against tariffs in principle, as long as they're smart, targeted, and have a clear goal in mind. Donald Trump's tariffs do not fit that criteria. There is no goal in mind. In fact, the goals seem to conflict. First, Trump said the tariffs were designed to bring back American manufacturing and to restore long-lost working-class jobs, the ones that were outsourced thanks to Bill Clinton, NAFTA, CAFTA, all these trade deals, right? Here's the thing. Biden actually tried to do that. He actually used tariffs and policy through the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, to incentivize building microchips, EVs, batteries, and other clean energy-related things. There's a lot of subsidies involved here. Now, on the tariff side, Biden imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese-made electric cars. Okay, so look, the reason that he had to do all that stuff is because on clean energy, China is eating our lunch. They have invested so much into their clean energy that they have left us in the dust. And part of that reason is because we did not invest in it. And the reason we didn't invest in it is because you have Republicans that would rather roll coal. Okay, so that's really it. They protect the coal industry, the oil industry, because that's who funds them. Yes, I know, money in politics. What are you going to do? So now, Biden's tariffs, in that regard, in that context, yeah, they do make sense. Trump's don't. I mean, they put tariffs on an island with no inhabitants, too, actually. Okay, so it didn't make any sense. Now, the second reason, okay, is or the second thing that didn't make sense, the second goal, is the tariffs are meant to raise massive amounts of revenue to replace the progressive income tax. Okay, but does that make sense? Is the math? No, it does not. The IRS in 2024 collected $2.96 trillion in taxes from individuals and corporations. The total cost of imports of foreign goods actually equaled about $3.3 trillion. Interesting. Now, that means that a 100% tariff on all imported goods might actually make up the entirety of individual and corporate income tax revenue. But there's always a but, and it's a big one. A 100% tariff on everything imported? Well, I mean, you wouldn't buy anything then. And there are a lot of things that are imported that you can't make here or can't grow here. So who's going to buy that? And if nobody buys these goods that are marked up with these tariffs, then where's the money going to come from? No revenue for the government. Oops. I'm starting to think that they didn't really, consider all these things.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, exactly. Whoopsie. Now, finally, Trump's advisors claim that the purpose of the tariffs is actually to put pressure on foreign countries so that they would cut better trade deals with the United States. Now, look, two of the goals are not bad. I do want to see more blue-collar jobs where you can actually live off of good, high-paying union jobs. That would be great. Of course, Trump not in favor of unions. Let's be very clear. And look, I also like good trade deals that do not disadvantage American workers. So that's where I like, okay, I get some of these goals and I get why some people would be in favor of this. For example, Sean Fain over at the UAW, right? He's in favor of these auto tariffs. And again, I disagree with him on that, but I understand where he's coming from. And if they were better targeted and smarter, then that would be just fine. But they're not. They're not. And so, look, when you put all this together, all of these goals, you can't have them all. Okay? It's totally incoherent trade policy. To make things worse, by the way, the administration continues to flip-flop between one rationale to another. For example, on Monday morning, the Financial Times had an op-ed from White House trade advisor Peter Navarro, where he declared, "This is not a negotiation." Hours later, they posted that Trump posted, "Countries from all over the world are talking to us. Spoke to Japanese Prime Minister this morning. He is sending a top team to negotiate." Wait, I thought we don't negotiate. I thought this was not a negotiation. What's going on? By the way, if you do negotiate, in the words of Scott Bessent, it would essentially eliminate the need for our tariffs at all. He says, get rid of yours and we'll get rid of ours. Drop your tariffs to zero and we'll drop our tariffs to zero. Well, then wouldn't that undermine the first two reasons for those tariffs? To protect our manufacturing and to raise revenue? All of this is why the market is reacting so poorly. There is no plan here. It doesn't make any sense. It's all based on feels. Donald Trump's mad at China, so tariffs. He's mad at Mexico, tariffs. Mad at Canada, tariffs. I don't know why he's mad at the penguins on McDonald Island. I don't know. But I'm sure he'll come up with a reason. It is stupid, self-destructive, and completely on brand. All of this for the man-baby in chief. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.